Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News Weekend Edition.
Good evening, I'm Keaton Hall. Wood Songs, a network celebrating local musicians and artists, was in Knott County today, giving out donated instruments to flood survivors. WYMT's Chandler Wilcox explains how much the donations meant to the survivors that received them.
All kinds of wooden instruments sat ready for a new home, and hundreds were lined up to call one their own.
I mean, there's a lot of people in the area that plays instruments, and, you know, being able to get new instruments and have instruments replaced that people's lost, you know, it just means a lot.
Some could not wait to get a chance to play. Others were too emotional to believe what they got.
Music is just life around here, and it's storytelling and just deeply enriched in our area.
After flooding that hit late July, the instruments are a sign of hope for the future.
Well, with the flooding, there was a lot of hope lost in our area, and music's always been one of the things that has helped people survive in difficult times.
The instruments are also a sign that people across the world want to help.
Music instruments came in from all over the nation, all over North America, even Ireland.
Now flood survivors can bring a beat to recovery.
For us to be able to produce music, play music, to be able to just go back to our roots, it just means a lot.
Restoring a historic part of Appalachian history. In Knott County, Chandler Wilcox, WYMT Mountain News.
Music teacher Katie Stiles said some of the school's instruments were destroyed, but have now been replaced. Burn bans have spread across the state over the past several weeks, and now fires are unfortunately spreading across the mountains of eastern Kentucky. Magoffin County Judge Executive Matt Wyerman says crews are fighting at least 4 active fires today. Salyersville fire officials say thousands of acres have burned, and one fire along Jim Arnett Branch has consumed 1,000 acres alone over the past few days. The Kentucky Division of Forestry has been called in to assist, but firefighters' resources are still being stretched thin. So they're urging people to follow the orders of their county's burn ban.
The people that's been contacting me this morning, they were concerned about the breathing condition. They were elderly. A lady in her 80s was messaging me this morning, help, what can be done? We got to get this stopped. We just need people to step up, follow these warnings, don't be burning.
Wyerman says the fires in rural areas of the county are even more complicated because of the lack of public water available. Kentucky State Police are investigating a shooting in Lincoln County. Witnesses say it happened at an elementary school bus stop. Police say Robert Sexton shot Charles McElroy Friday afternoon on Raintree Circle in Lincoln County at an elementary school bus stop. We spoke with parents of children who were on that bus. They say the whole situation was, quote, traumatizing.
Seen a guy get out of the black SUV, and he was covered in blood. And the kids on the bus were just screaming, and I had 911 dialed on my phone, and I ran outside and held pressure, and then just a few minutes later, the guy that had shot him circled back, and the bus was gone at this time, stopped right here and exited his vehicle, and then someone on scene, put him in the back of his car.
Sexton was later taken into custody and has been charged with first-degree assault. Charles McElroy was transported to UK hospital with critical injuries, and he's still in critical condition.
Well, all is quiet across the mountains on your Saturday, but we are tracking some changes for the second half of your weekend. Let's go over to the London Corbin Airport. All is quiet over at the airport right now. Looking at a partly cloudy sky. Temperature is comfortable, sitting at 62 degrees right now, and temperatures across the region above average on your Saturday. 65 in Jackson, 63 in Pikeville, 64 in Somerset, and 62 over in Manchester. Up on radar, we are quiet. But look back to the south and west. We are tracking some heavier rainfall over portions of Tennessee, Mississippi, Alabama, and that is all moving into our direction. Not tonight, though. All is quiet if you have any evening plans. Temperatures falling into the upper 40s and lower 50s as you wake up on Sunday, but a soggy Sunday is on the way. I have all those details coming up in just a little bit. Keaton?
Thank you, Cameron. It's good football weather. As the Cats are down in Knoxville right now taking on the Volunteers, Knoxville fans, they're known to get a little rowdy at Neyland. Take their win against Alabama, for example. And tonight against Kentucky, Vol fans showed up in droves, lining the streets around the stadium. In the sea of orange, though, there were signs of blue. BBN again traveling well to support their Wildcats. Kentucky fans lined the catwalk into Neyland and made some noise of their own, showing love to the blue and white.
This is, honestly, it's good to see so much blue come out here, especially in an orange state like this. Man, just looking around here and just seeing enough blue. We got tents over there to the left. We got some tents behind us, some divided families. So it's good to see the blue come out here and represent BBN the right way.
It's 7-0 right now. Tennessee's up, but the Cats are driving. We'll have an update on the Kentucky-Tennessee game coming up a little bit later in sports. Folks in Floyd County came together this morning at Stones Crest Golf Course and braved the cold for a good cause. The Matterwar House of Hope held its second annual run for shelter this morning at 8:30 a.m. with all proceeds going directly back to the shelter. 15 runners braved the elements to run through the course and help the shelter assist those in need throughout the community.
We're really trying to help people get back into, I guess, maybe a normal lifestyle where we try to, I think what we really try to do is we try to take people from being homeless and making them have homes. And we try to give them a home environment there, and I think we do a pretty good job.
DeRossett added, although this is not the shelter's biggest fundraiser throughout the year, around $3,000 made for the shelter today. We'll have more from Floyd County tonight at 11. Today marked the DEA's Drug Take-Back Day. This biannual event promotes the disposal of unused or expired prescription medications. WYMT's Alyssa Williams spoke with pharmacy workers and law enforcement officials about why this day is so important.
Law enforcement agencies, medical facilities, and pharmacies came together on Saturday to take back any risks that come with keeping unused or expired medications.
Today we're participating in a DEA-sponsored National Drug Take-Back event. You know, I feel that the more participants, the more participating agencies that are involved, that gives a greater opportunity for the general public, to come in and get rid of their expired medication.
Drop-off locations were set up across the region, with representatives there to inform people on the importance of disposing of your medication properly.
A lot of people have expired medications, unused medications that they don't know what to do with them. So especially people flush it down the toilet, and that's not safe. It can actually go into the waters, the drinking water. It can reduce the safety of the water that we're getting into our systems.
Keeping unused or expired medication in your home can also increase the risk of it getting into the hands of children, getting eaten by pets, or even stolen and trafficked.
We also, don't want it to be a contributing factor in the opioid epidemic here. That we're fighting against. Also just from, a patient using the expired medication, it may not have, the effectiveness that it may have if it wasn't expired.
Sergeant Joel Abner with KSP Post 13 says offering a take-back, especially this month, can also help curb the opioid epidemic.
This take-back falls upon the month of October. It is National Substance Abuse Prevention Month. So it goes hand in hand.
Helping the region to mind their meds, one take-back at a time. Alyssa Williams, WYMT Mountain News.
Sergeant Joel Abner with KSP Post 13 says they collected 24 pounds of medication today. If you were unable to drop off your unused or expired medication to a take-back drop-off site, we've got more information on where you can take it on our website, WYMT.com. Nearly 150 authors gathered in Lexington today for the 41st Kentucky Book Festival. After a brief break due to the pandemic, organizers were happy to share the love of books with everyone. For authors Jeremy Rice and Terry Hatton, coming to the book festival means sharing a story. Their book, Kentucky Hustler, is about his life of being the son of UK basketball star Vernon Hatton and his life following an injury.
One thing is that everybody's got a story to tell, and this just happens to be mine. So what I'm going to do a lot here is say they need to encourage to write your stories down, even if you just talk to them about your kids and later on reflect on your life, because everybody's got a story to tell, and it's actually a fun experience in writing all that down.
Every child under 12 was able to receive a free book as well, and many were given away. High school marching bands from across the Commonwealth are competing for a state championship today. 4 Eastern Kentucky schools have made the finals. In Class 2A, Powell County and Corbin both made the finals. In Class 3A, it's Estill County. And 4A, South Laurel made it. The finals will be tonight at Roy Kidd Stadium at Eastern Kentucky University. We'll have the results of those tonight at 11. Coming up at 6, we have the story of the woman who took the now famous photo of the UK basketball fan coal miner.
And the weather is quiet for now, but some changes are on the way by Sunday. I have that full forecast coming up.